Hello and welcome to EV Motoring. I'm Joe, and it's time to take our 2025 Tesla Model Y rear-wheel drive long range for a range test. Charged up to 100%, preconditioning the cabin to 72 degrees right now on fan speed low. Jumping in here to trips. Let's go ahead and change this to range test and reset it. There we go. And then we will show it in the cards. So when I swipe my music over here, here we go. We have the range test right there. Temperature is currently 86 degrees. We have beautiful weather, very light wind conditions. Looking at the map here, I live about a mile from the interstate. I'll drive to I-90 and then start heading north to the Beloit till I get to about 50%. I'll turn around and head home. With Tesla, I will have this energy graph that will show me how I've done on the drive. It'll show me the consumption as I go, as well as my projected range. Right now, it is projecting 366 miles. We know that is not true. And if I go in here to the rated miles, it's actually rating at 323, so 3 miles above what brand new was. We have 8,000 miles on the car right now, so time to hit the road and see how far it goes. So just reiterating as I'm leaving my neighborhood, this is the 2024 Tesla Model Y long-range rear-wheel drive. So we have 320 rated miles. That is in a 81 kilowatt-hour battery pack, which has about 75 kilowatt hours of usable battery. So I'll be sure to, every 10% or so, show the range remaining, and I'll continue to put efficiency data down below as we go. I'll check in probably every 25% or so, but either way, we'll hit the road and see what we can do. Be sure to comment down below how far you think this car will make it. Also, if you're interested in the cold side of things, be sure to check out my cold weather range testing of this car as well. Just hit 75%, drive going pretty smoothly so far. Just over 63 miles traveled, so if we double that, that's 126. So it lines us up with about 250 miles. I would think we should do a little better than that, so we'll see how it continues to go from here. But current target at 75% would put us around 250 miles. It says we've used just over 18 kilowatt hours, and we're averaging just under 300 watt hours per mile. I'll put that conversion down below, but that's over 3 miles per kilowatt hour, which is good. That's a target we wanted to hit. So I think it's around 3.25, but I'll put the conversion down below, and we'll check back in at 50% when we turn around and head the other direction. Just exiting here on I-80. I ended up taking I-90 to 39 south to I-80. It's a little less traveled road, so it ended up being much nicer, much clearer so far, less traffic to worry about dealing with to maintain our speed of 75 miles an hour. Just about to tick to 50%, at 51% right now as I'm getting back on the highway. So far, we've gone just over 120 miles and burned just over 35 kilowatt hours of energy. So basically, as we get to 50%, we will have used 36 kilowatt hours. That makes sense because that'll put us at 72, 73, which is just below the 75 that was the battery pack total when the car was brand new. Also, there's a very little buffer below zero in Teslas, so technically we could run it below zero. So far, the most interesting part of this test to me is that it looks like we're only going to get between 240 and 250 miles. I really thought we'd end up around 275, 280. Still a lot of time to go. Maybe the battery was just a little bit off on its calculation. we'll see as we continue to go. I'm making sure to keep maintaining a fair distance from the vehicle in front of me to not gain any benefits from it, to no drafting, just trying to go through clean air the whole way. And we'll see what we get back near home with. If I need to, I'll go a couple exits past home and loop around to try to make sure we get as close to zero as possible. So back to the test. We are down to 25% of battery remaining. We've traveled just over 195 miles, used almost 55 kilowatt hours of energy, and we have our averages come down a little bit. We're averaging 278 watt hours per mile. Again, I'll convert that below. I can't do the quick math on that one. Another thing to note, it projects that I would get home with like 9%, so I'm going to make sure to drive a couple extra exits. Also, the car is projecting that we have 70 miles remaining, which would be a little more than I've expected. So when we turned around at 50%, I thought we would make it only around 250 miles. This is now saying we might squeak out around 260 or so. Either way, we will check back in at the end. But it's just been a very comfortable ride. I've been using adaptive cruise. Not really using the adaptive part of it. I just don't want to use autopilot. I want to minimize the energy usage. I have a little bit of music on, and I have the air at 72 degrees with the fan speed low. So really minimizing anything else that could affect the battery. But it's been a pretty comfortable drive so far. So we'll check back in at the end and see how far we made it. Well, that's a wrap here on the 2024 Model Y long-range rear-wheel drive range test. We arrived with 2%. Car projects we could make it 6 more miles. I'm not so sure we could make it that far. Maybe 3 or 4, though. We made it 264 miles. So I would safely say 267 is the number that I'll call this test. We used 70.8 kilowatt hours, which suggests there might be a little bit of energy left in the tank, as well as maybe some degradation. I'm not 100% sure about that, how accurate that meter is. And we used 268 watt hours per mile. That actually got progressively better through the drive, which I was surprised about. The wind was, well, we did a nice square route, so that helps negate the 5-mile-an-hour wind that existed. But I thought it was a crosswind on the last leg home, but we still managed to get some pretty good efficiency. I'll convert that to miles per kilowatt hour down below. Can't do the quick math in my head right now. But it's pretty close to 4. I'd say it's around 3.7-ish. That's my guess. Either way, we'll hop outside, wrap up the video, and let me know what you think. Is 267 miles acceptable, or is that just way too little and we need to do better? So that's a wrap on the range test here on the 2025 Model Y rear-wheel drive. Let us know if you're considering a Tesla. Use the link down below. It helps out our channel a little bit, helps you save a little bit on your Tesla too. And take care until next time.